Hi, this is Jim Starkweather with the KitMaker Network, and we have a surprise kit that showed up yesterday in our mailbox. This is the new Xact scale models, a new company out of Hong Kong, and this is their Russian or Soviet T-80U. The T-80 is an improvement off of the T-64. I believe it was released around 1976. We'll do a little history on the tank, so to kind of catch anybody up who's not familiar with it. The U designation model, or the improvement model, which is Ulenshaya, I think, or something in Russian, essentially means improvement, and that came out around 1985. So this tank is obviously specific to that period. But go ahead, let's do a little background history and take a look at that.
The Soviet T-80 was a successor to the T-64 main battle tank. Designed by Nikolai Popov and produced by the Leningrad Kirov plant, or LKZ, this tank underwent a 7-year-long test period to perfect the first ever use of a 1,000 horsepower turbine engine in a tank. When the tank finally entered service in 1976, it was given the T-80 designation. This tank used the 125mm 2A46-2 smoothbore gun, which was fed by an autoloader which fired 28 rounds of a 2-part ammo system. While the tank did have composite armor, later models added reactive armor to potentially absorb the energy of incoming hits. In 1985, the tank was upgraded further and redesignated the T-80U. This variant was protected by a second generation of explosive reactive armor called Contact 5. The engine was also upgraded to a 1,250 horsepower gas turbine model. A special camouflage paint distorted the tank's appearance in the visible and IR wave bands. The T-80U's 1A46 fire control system includes a laser rangefinder, a ballistics computer, and a more advanced 1G46 gunner's main sights, as well as thermal imaging sights. These new systems, together with the 125mm D81TM Rapira 3 smoothbore gun, increase the capabilities of the T-80U to accurately hit and destroy targets at a range of up to 5 kilometers. The T-80U never saw service in Afghanistan during the 1980s. They were first used during the First Chechen War, which was between 1994 and 1996. Apparently, the tank performed so poorly during the conflict that General Lieutenant A. Galkin, the head of the Armor Directorate, convinced the Minister of Defense after the conflict to never again produce tanks with gas turbine engines. T-80 main battle tanks were never used again to capture cities, and instead supported infantry squads from a safe distance. Many are still in service today, however, around the world.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of history. Let's go ahead and unbox the tank now, shall we? The box got a little bit beat up, as you might be able to tell from the video. They didn't pack it so well individually, so hopefully they're doing a better job packing up the cases to send out to distributors. Okay, so we've got the first bag. These are, I think these are these resealable bags? No, they're not. They're just, wait, no, they are. So they did use some nice resealable bags here. Let's see if I can get it open. Ah, here we go. So we've got the turret, which looks really nice. The texturing looks nice. So again, we'll get some close-up pictures on these, so I know my camera's probably throwing fits here, but the other sprues included with this looks like some of the upper machine guns and turret detail, and then another sprue here with some more detail pieces, some of the side armor and other bits. I like the quality of the production. Already looks pretty good. I like this kind of grayish green plastic. Is interesting too. Okay, so that looks good. This is probably the back deck, I guess, or rear. Yeah. Comes with some vinyl tracks, and they look pretty good. Don't see any rubber production issues, but again, we'll get some close-up photos of that. Here's another bag with various parts. And again, they kind of grouped these together, but we'll get some close-up detail shots of those. So rather than like big sprues, obviously they went with these smaller bits. Here's the road wheels. They look pretty good. seeing a little bit of like there's a kind of a raised like maybe seam along this that you're going to have to sand, obviously, potentially. Have to check to see if that might have been real. Oh, they include some nice braided wire in this for a tow cable. That's kind of nice. Neat. Kind of like a miniature version of an actual cable. So again, more side armor bits. It's an interesting way to pack it up, and it's kind of new. And here's that piece I was talking about. So it's an actual, oh, I guess it's actually rope, but it has the look of actual steel braid cable. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus in here. Hold on. There we go. So you can see that little bit of detail there in that rope. So rather, it looks almost like a jeweler's rope, or the kind of thing they'd use in jewelry, maybe. Then we've got obviously the canvas covered mantlet area. And the lower hull. The lower hull detail looks good. A couple of pieces of brash photo etch with a small. Oh, that's a nice little. Looks like that even has a kind of a curve to it for this particular piece of mesh there. And then here's some of the larger pieces. Piece here escaping, and this one's been double wrapped because I guess it's got some smaller bits on it. I'll go ahead and leave it wrapped for right now. That's so the lower turret, obviously. I'm not sure why the two pieces there, but I'm sure I'll figure that out. And then again, more detail. Well, lots of parts with this. Interesting to see what the parts count is. I'll see if I can find that on the box in just a second here. And then this large sprue as well. So that just leaves us with the instructions. This is a kind of a full color. They give you a full color insignia and camouflage marking. Not really much insignia on it in terms of. Oh, I could put the 201 on this part. I don't see a decal sheet. Oh, there it is. Come on, little decal sheet. So they give you lots of numbers essentially. Again, I'll have a close-up photo of that. And here's the instructions. And you have some parts overlays with an introduction area here. And then you just go into assembling the hull, the road wheels, the suspension, tracks, and so forth and so on. The instructions look pretty good. Obviously, not having built the kit, you won't know until somebody builds it to actually do a test build. But looks good. I like the way they've laid it out in terms of just easy steps, 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of thing. All right, let me take a look at that box cover again. So it says the length is 282 millimeters, the width is 102 millimeters, and the scale is obviously 1/35. It says it has Contact 5 ERA armor, 125 millimeter 2A 46M1 smoothbore gun, GTD 1250 gas turbine engine, and a broad M deep weighting equipment. So I'm assuming they do include all that. Probably the engine is in there. I didn't see it in the instructions, but it says over 400 parts. So you can probably get that on there to read it. And they're recommended for 14 plus modelers. So that said, let's take a closer look at some of these parts, shall we? And you can see what's what. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at those photos, and we'll go ahead and try to get this out to a reviewer, obviously, for a full build, so they can check out and report back and see how it's put together. Like I said, just from kind of a cursory overview, I think it definitely looks like a good offering from Xact scale models, their first offering. So we're going to be looking forward, obviously, to what they have to bring out in the future, and I'm sure you will as well. Thanks for watching, and if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below in the comments area, and have a good day.